Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Well, we're going to continue on this generator house project here. I got a coat of that oil-based paint on it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and flatten them out. I also bought some 2.5-inch screws, and because I'm only putting 2 rafters, well, 4 counting the ends, you only need a small package. But they're number 3s, so I'm not sure if I have a number 3 bit, so I bought the last package of number 3 bits that Home Depot had. So, because if I depend on having one on hand, I won't be able to find it when I need it. So, we're going to make the rafters out of 2x4s, and I'm using the regular 2x4s rather than the pressure treated that I have out back here. These, other than this cut off from the 8-foot one that I put on the corner there, these here are pressure treated, and they may be long enough for the rafters, but they're heavy, you know, and I don't want to use pressure treated up there. It's not necessary. And what's gonna happen is, what's the matter, Sammy? You feel left out? Yeah. So what's gonna happen is when I need pressure treated in the future, I won't have it. There you go. You just had to do it, didn't you? You just had to get dirty. Look at you. Now you think you're going to come in the house looking like that? You're very much mistaken. Jesus. You're a card, I'll tell you. You're a regular riot. Alright, I decided I'm going to add, I didn't nail these in yet, of course. I'm going to add a piece so it'll be even with that. Not really necessary, because when the plywood goes on, it's going to go over to the edge of the roof here anyhow, but to even things out and to make it easier to install the roof trusses anyhow, and we're just checking for level here. This is temporary, of course, as I said. So once I get that in place, we're going to put a board across here, temporarily clamp it. And then I'm going to commence to cut these off flush. And of course, naturally, I have to put some more paint in there. So I better get started on that. I'm going to get these screwed in and nailed in. These here with the number 3 bit. And these are 2.5, and that's going to go for the rafters like this. So we screw in like that, and of course these will have a 10-degree cut on them, so as you're looking at it, it'll be like that. But we want this part to be flat like it is here. We don't want this. This is my screw up. We're going to bring it like this here. And this way I can put a mending plate from here to here. Once I get the entire roof made up, minus the plywood, because I don't have the money yet to get the plywood, I'll get the frame in, pick the frame up and put it all in at one shot. That is the idea and the way I wanted to do it when I built the front porch, but it was too heavy for me to put into place. But this is going to only have 4 rafters, 1 on each end and 2 in the middle. This thing here, this ruler, this is 4 feet. So you can see that if we use a 4-foot piece of plywood, even with a little overhang, because it doesn't matter because we're going to have walls on here and no water's going to get in. We can go like that with a 4-foot So I can take a 4-foot wide piece of plywood and put it up there. But the frame can be brought all in one shot and set up on top of here and set on top of these when I get these cut flat. So we're going to commence to do that. I might not even have to put a board across here because I'm going to be putting this in. So that's going to give that some more stability. It's pretty solid. I mean, there is a little lateral movement, but that's to be expected because we don't have that piece anymore going across here. My videos are getting too long. I got to stop flapping my ugly gums here and get to work. All right, I cut the tops off. It was not easy getting them straight. And I had to do some jockeying around here because we still got a little unevenness on this one, but this is what we're doing now. We got the header up here and the header over here, and temporarily we just sandwich this in because what I'm going to do, if I don't get the damn sun on my lens here, we're going to do like we did with the porch. We lay a board on here over to here, and I know it's 10-degree angle, but I still want to make very, very sure, and we'll check that piece that we make out of some odd pieces of wood that I may have around. We'll go on the other side and make sure that fits. This is temporary here because what we want to do, I can put some clamps on there and put some boards here to hold us up like this, which I'm going to do because we need this very, very tight here. So, and then we're going to use them 2.5-inch screws to put the rafters in. There's going to be, like I say, 4 rafters, counting 1 at each end, and 2 in the middle. So that's it. So we're going to commence to securing this up there temporarily, and we'll probably use mending plates to go from here to here. Okay, I've got it clamped here so she's on the vertical. We got it sandwiched in here. We'll probably put another clamp in here to just make sure that this one had to be pulled in a little bit. And the end one here, I left enough room so I can draw my mark on here and to here. And before we take that off, we'll make very sure that the angles are going to be the same. Down there it should be. Alright, this is a 1 by 3, 2.5, 3/4 by 2.5. I didn't want to cut a 2 by 4 until I'm ready. So, because it's not as wide, maybe that's why the length is off. But I measured carefully, and yet we're almost a 1/4 inch too short here. This is why we do things this way. So, we are too short here. But we got the right angle, so I think we can, that's a 10-degree angle. So what I'm going to use this as is a rough template. This is already set at 10 degrees. So we've got 2 2x4s here. And I bought the lighter ones, the cheaper ones, because that way the thing won't be too heavy when I go to lift it up and get it in there. So we're going to commence to cut this now from these pieces here. We're going to start about 1 inch longer than we need to be, and we'll work down from there. Try not to make my videos too long. Big joke. I'm shaving down because I had 31 inches with this, and you can see when I showed you. So we've been cutting off 1/4 inch at a time. So we started out at 1 inch longer, and we're going to keep doing this until it fits in there right. And then when that does, then we're going to take it and bring it over to this end, because I'm working on the far end right now. Bring it over this end, because there's about 1/8 of an inch distance longer from here to here than there is over there. So it's not a big deal. We'll just number them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and accordingly, and when I screw them all together on the bench over there. shouldn't be too big of a deal. All right, this is going to be number 4. This is the far side. So, fits in perfectly, but it's a 1/4 inch too short at this end, and as a matter of fact, it's a little too short on the other 3. So we're going to make each one, and we're going to fit it in there. So we'll make the next one a 1/2 inch longer and trim it down until it fits in snug. And once that happens, then we can commence to bring the whole thing down after they're numbered, put it on, clean this bench off, and get to work on them. So until I get them all made up, I won't be on this video until I'm ready to actually make the frame up. And I have all these cut and ready to go, and we'll join you in the video at that time. Real quick, I want to just show you. This is just laying here. We kept shaving until it fit in there, but down here, the other 2, it probably had to be a hair shorter than this. So this could be number 1. Yeah, that's the way. All right. This is how she be. This is the part that goes against the shed. I even marked it. This is number 4. This is number 4. So when these are in there, they'll be like that, but then the whole thing will be flush to the wall and have the pitch needed like that. So it's going to be a little difficult for me because I'm used to nailing these things, but because I'm not using joist hangers, I did want to screw them in. So I figured 15 inches, you know, that's not bad. You're not going to tell a difference. I think it's this end, it's 16. I can't figure any other way. I scratched my head for half an hour trying to, you know, I thought I had it. If I put 4 in here, and this was 48 inches, there wouldn't be a problem. You know, they'd be 12 inches apart. But because the main piece of wood, to tell you exactly how long they are, they're 46 3/4 inches. So trying to figure that, I can't do that. So we did 15, 30, and then we're 16 here. I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, so I'm going to get the drill out and change and put the heavy bit in there. Now, I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do that and hold it too. Really, it should be a 2-man job, but my son's working today, so we'll have to do it on my own. Now, it's telling you no pre-drilling, but look at the size of these things. These are number 14s, I think they said, 2.5 inch. And if I don't pre-drill, first of all, it's going to go do one of these things, and I go sideways with it and everything. And another thing is I'm on the very end here when I'm drilling in, and there's going to be a problem. Over here it'd probably be okay. So I think what I'm going to try to do first is to work on these center ones, and I may end up just nailing these, because I don't want to split this not so much this, I'd probably be okay there, but splitting this because I'm so close to the edge here. So we'll see. But anyways, I use a bigger drill bit, and it worked just fine. I got these in there nice. Nice. Now I have to put a little shim under here because of the way this is, see how that's sitting up there like that? So to keep that so it's flush here. So we're going to be doing this one. I'm going to set you over here somewhere so you can watch me. Back is killing me. I got to sit down and do my work. Boy, it's a good thing I pre-drill. I'd be all over the place with this. Now, shim underneath there just to keep it, just to hold it up like I showed you. The clutch all the way up to 17, and the next one is full driver. Now, you don't want to, yeah, she's sinking in, but we don't want to bust a bit here. We'll bring that back out to 17. And make sure we're straight here. We don't want one of these things, you know. Good. Oh. All right, we put the shim blocks underneath this one. It's a little too high. We gotta get a thinner one. There we go. Left-handed, so I gotta move a little bit here. A lot easier than nailing, but you got to pre-drill. If I didn't pre-drill this, I'd never be able to do this. It's better if I can put more oomph on it, but the whole thing slides that way, and I need to fasten something down. I put a 2x4 there and clamp it down to the bench, keep it from moving. Maybe I'll do that when I do the other side. Matter of fact, I should do that now. So I'll come back on the video in a minute. All right, so we got to stop here and we got to stop over there so that when we push on this, I put a little more oomph into it. And then we go and work on this one. So we'll get to work on that right now. See if I can drive these in a little more here. Drive that in a little bit more. Beautiful. Yeah, these are Phillips, number 3 Phillips. I could get the square ones, but this is all I really got to do is just get this built. And I won't be, if I was building a deck or something, that's it. But I still like using nails when I build decks because it's so much quicker. So much quicker. Screws are stronger though, there's no doubt about it. Put a shim under there, we almost forgot. Shim in there. We gotta get that top straight. Alright, well, I got it all together. Anyways, right now I'm going to carry this over there and hope it fits in place. What I did is I left 2 sticks here so that I can get it up in there and it'll hold it in place till I can get it up and through there. So that's what these are in there for. And then we'll do the mending plate and everything else when the time comes. We're not going to paint that first and put it up because it'll be too messy. So we'll just put the frame up there and then we can paint it later on before I put the plywood on. That's why I put this here too. It makes it easy to put this thing in.
Here's a story of a little cat. Here's a story of a little cat. He did his thing every day. Here's a story of a little cat.
I need to jack it over more. Now I can come out another 1/8 inch here, but that's not going to solve it here. So I'm going to have to really rack it over there. So that's basically why I put this here, to hold this from coming off here. So we have to rack it over about 3/4 of an inch here. I got these mending plates, and these are much wider than I like, but I've got them at a yard sale. I got about 10 or 15 of these things, and they're heavy, galvanized. What I'm going to do is bring this over, put them in like that, and the plywood goes over the top of that, so you're not going to see it. But I want to put a mending plate on that one, and that's the problem. This is going to be too wide, so what I'll probably end up doing is bending it over, maybe. But let's get one in. First of all, I got to secure that over there so it doesn't slide on me, then put the mending plate on it. I put a stop here, so I'm going to jack that over. It's not really that hard. I just jack it over and get some nails started and put the mending plate here. It's a little shorter when I had cut this for another project. What we're going to do is we're going to nail this bottom part with number 4 and then bring it over, flush it out. A few nails in that. Now we gotta crank that over. She's got about an 1/8 inch to go. Yep. All I gotta do is just hold it over there. Some pressure on it. Couple nails in there and it's all set. Okay, perfect. I'll take you over here. Okay, she's flushed out. That's the way I wanted it. So we can take this out now. And we'll put some more nails in here. And we're flushed out over here. So we're perfect. You should get a mending plate here, but I think I'll put a mending plate here, but this is not really sturdy to nail into. So anyways, I'll put some more nails in off camera. And then we got to get a mending plate for here, but we have to bend it around the corner or try to cut it. I had these on hand. Alright, I got a mending plate here and just cut it with a tin snips and just bent it over here because, you know, this is the entrance for gassing up and changing the oil and so forth. All we got to do is just secure this somehow, and it's going to be hard for me to put a mending plate in there. What I'll probably do is I'll screw a 2x4 going from here down. You know, I might even put it all the way to here. That's what I think I'll do. Alright, well, I got that piece in here. So that is stiffened up now. And this is it until I get the plywood. I don't know when that's going to be, but I'm going to do the roof with the 1/2 inch plywood and the sides with 1/2 inch plywood. And I've got some 1/2 inch plywood to do this part. I got a small narrow piece that will take care of this. But I'm going to need, yeah, it's 48. I think it's a little less than 48 this way. So I'll need a full sheet here. Actually, I think we're going to probably need at least 2 sheets because I got to make the panels or the doors or whatever they're going to be in addition to the roof. So that's going to take a few bucks. So right now we're not going to be doing anything other than I'll probably just touch up the white paint, the white, you know, I should say the natural color wood. And may do that, but that's about it. My main objective was to get the floor oil-based, and up here I'm just going to put the regular redwood watercolor crap there that they sell nowadays. So that's it. That's all she wrote for today. When I'm ready to do the plywood, we'll make another video on that. So meanwhile, there'll be other videos coming up, of course, before then. So you take care. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, everybody.